You don't even know this.
Really?
I got sued by a third partner that we had at the company. This piece of work obviously wasn't pulling his weight. You don't deserve 33%. You're still involved, but everything that you've done over the last number of years, not a chance in hell that you're getting 33%. He decides to sue us. We won. You don't know when you're gonna wake up and all hell breaks loose.
You go through so much, it's our normal. If something doesn't go wrong, something's wrong. You can't be complacent and complain.
You got no one else to blame but yourself.
Do something about it. Figure it out. Don't sit there, do nothing and complain and then be miserable around all your friends, family, etc. I hate that shit, man. I cut people off like that so quickly.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
I finally found a partner and a leader and a team that I like working with that just fucking gets it. They treat me as a real human being. The stars just align, dude. And that's why we've remained friends.
Yeah.
And then we had that natural conversation for us to join forces. Welcome back to the Marketing Department podcast. Never gets old.
Leave it there.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it there. I think we could just dive right in, man.
Yeah,
Fuck it. Let's just go ahead.
Let's do it.
Bro, we're 6 episodes in.
Yep.
We had some really cool guests, exciting stories, learned a lot, incredible feedback from the community too. Like there was some good, obviously really good feedback. There was some negative feedback as well, which is really great because we're always just trying to see what works, what's not.
We're rage baiting. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, just putting stuff out there and seeing what sticks, man.
Why not? Yeah.
We had Greg Benediba from Bilingual Source.
Yeah.
We had Roger from C2 Capital, Ali from Northern Touch Vintage, Agnes. We had Ernesto from MBH, Money Buys Happiness. And we're just booking a whole lot more guests in. So what we wanted to do today was obviously a host special because you see, well, you guys probably don't see if you're watching that the third chair is empty. So you got Anish and I today for the host special. So wanted to chat and just keep it open, chat a little bit more about not just our stories, but like everything that has happened in our lives in terms of all the bad that has kind of prepared us to get to where we are today, to managing a full-fledged 7-figure marketing business.
For sure.
Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Do you want to start? I don't even know how to begin, but
yeah, I don't know either, but I guess we can start with like kind of just like grassroots, you know, and like where it all began. As you guys have probably heard, you know, and as you already know, I was a DJ, right? And
yeah.
in the DJ space, you know, that's where I met you and a lot of other people that we still talk to, work with today. But the thing about DJing was that it's still relatable to my life today in different ways, you know, because like when I was DJing, I was marketing myself on a daily basis. I was pushing for, you know, my logo to be on a flyer or my image to be on a flyer because people wanted to see me. Like people would come out for me, right?
And it was like a hierarchy. There's like a brand hierarchy. You obviously got the event concept.
Yeah.
You got some big DJs or MCs or whoever on the bill.
Yeah.
You have your own brand to protect.
Yep.
And not that the other DJs are competitors. I mean, they kind of are.
They definitely are.
Sure.
100%. 100% they were competitors. And you guys all wanted that slot.
Yeah. And you guys are all literally fighting for that actual playtime slot, but also like the marketing real estate as well.
Yeah. And it's funny because that DJ culture back in the day, it was one of those things where you didn't always say that you were competitors, right? But you knew in the back of your head, you're like, fuck this guy, you know, like no chance he's playing primetime. And that's just what it was. But it was like not talked about. You know what I mean? I mean, some guys were like, they would talk about it, but like for me, for the most part, like I was happy to not talk about it and not be confrontational about it until a certain point in my career, you know? And then I was just like, nah, man, like that's my slot.
Yeah.
Like get out. Right. Like that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, you got to protect your image, protect your brand, protect your time. Cause that's when you're on.
Yeah. And the DJ, anyways, like the DJ life was fun while it lasted. Lots and lots of stories.
I wanted to ask you, what's 1 or 2 things from that DJ era that you brought into the marketing agency business owner right now?
Yeah. I think the confidence that came with DJing.
Yeah.
You know, like with DJing, a lot of it was like all eyes on you. You know, you are the center attention. I would say a lot less in it then than it is today, right? Like today, like it's very much so about the DJ. Back then it was like, yeah, you're playing a set, you're still in a like confined booth.
But you had a following though. Like I feel like back then, every DJ or most DJs had like a following, right? Like you pay attention to which local DJ was going where because they also have a promo team around them, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. Definitely agree. Like the confidence piece.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The confidence piece was huge. There's people like hailing you up, you know, giving you daps, whatever, and be like, yo, Nishi, what's up, man? And it's just like, don't fucking know your name, but hi, you know,
you
like,
see them every Saturday.
Yeah. But I see them every Saturday. And like, I'll be real, like I'm not good with names. I've never been good with names or dates for that matter. But like, these are people that you would see often enough that I probably should have known their names, you know? But anyways, the confidence piece was huge. And then the second thing was like, just sheer branding, you know, like branding, like you said, branding yourself, branding your, just like that logo, right, was everywhere. Like you'd see it on a flyer, on our MacBooks, on our, like we had stickers
all over campuses,
campus, cars, like everything, right? Like it was everywhere. And like when I got into marketing, I wasn't even on the brand side. I wasn't on the branding side. It was like web design and development, but I kind of took that approach and kind of applied it there, you know, and that's kind of when I feel that where I excelled with DJing, you know? Yeah. What about you? I feel like, you know, you guys had, it was you and Nick, Planet Not, you know, which was like a dope name. I still, like to this day, I think about it, I'm like, fuck, I wish I thought of that. But anyways, like what was your experience in that nightlife scene? And like, how do you feel like it kind of brought you to where you are today?
Yeah. I think the nightlife piece was like the second step in my early career. So I'll get to that in a moment. But for me, I feel like the marketing, entertainment, the experiential experiences, that sounds weird, experiential experiences, regardless, all that kind of started for me while I was on campus. Like I went to U of T downtown, spent 4.5 years, met people like Nick, who's one of my best friends, and a bunch of others, lifelong relationships, right?
Yeah.
When I was on campus, I spent a lot of time outside of class. I did go to class, but I spent probably more time outside of class, but being productive.
Yeah.
When I first stepped foot on campus, I was like, whoa, there's like 50,000 kids here downtown that are here for different reasons. The one common reason, obviously, you want to study and get a degree out of it.
Yeah.
But for me, I saw was dollar signs walking around everywhere.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I'm like, look, every single year, there's a new cohort of students coming in on campus. They're going to sign up for a phone plan. They're going to sign up for a new bank account.
Yeah.
They're going to buy a lot of clothing. They're going to buy merch. They're going to go out to party. They're just here to spend.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like at a common level. So I was like, all right, let me figure out how to monetize on this. And I'm like fucking 17, 18 at the time. So what I meant by spending a lot of time outside of campus, spending a lot of time outside of classes was that I was on student council. Shout out to New College, by the way, at U of T. I was on student council, planning events, along with Nick and a few others, which also kickstarted the start of our first business, which was Wildlife Entertainment. And after doing these university college parties, frosh events, et cetera, we're like, yo, this is a real thing. And a friend of mine on campus, her name's Nancy Chen, incredible marketer. She had a very similar background as well, started off in entertainment, doing a lot of Kensington parties, et cetera. Really dope ass events.
Yeah.
And near the end of my senior year, or I must have already graduated around that time, I noticed she was working at a marketing agency.
Right.
One of the biggest in North America. I had reached out to her and I was like, how did you get from being like a student events person, known in your community, known in the city, to now working at an agency?
Yeah.
So we kind of chatted, went back and forth for a number of weeks. And she kind of mentored me at the time to help me figure out how to take all that like student event planning experience, which got the attention of a lot of dope brands. Like we work with Red Bull, we work with Microsoft, we work with a lot of cool brands that just wanted access to these events, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So Nancy really helped me kind of rebrand myself as like the student event person who was known around campus and downtown, to kind of transferring those skills to becoming a brand strategist.
Right.
So it was just like a total rebrand.
What kind of skills were those? Like if you could like pinpoint 3, like what were the ones that like you feel took your career to the next level?
Whoa. I think one of the biggest skills was probably being able to strategize and pitch.
Right.
Because sure, you could pick up the phone and call a nightclub or call a sponsor, but when you're dealing with sponsors and partners, you have to have your shit ready.
Yeah. You need the ideas and you need to be able to execute.
Exactly. You need dope ideas.
Yeah.
You have to have a dope strategy, and you also have to be able to show ROI for like an event concept or an experience that doesn't even exist yet.
Yeah.
So through a lot of trial and error, I got to early on, by the time I was like 20, was able to figure out how do you work with big brands and big sponsors.
Yeah.
Sponsorships, and what do they want to hear?
And it's interesting because big brands, they don't operate like small businesses do.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah.
Like they don't care about the leads. They don't care. Sometimes they don't even care about immediate revenue.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Like it's like, how do they get their brand out there? How do they create that awareness? How do they build culture, community?
Yeah.
That's what the fuck they care about. Right.
Yeah.
So like, I think that's something that a lot of businesses today don't quite understand, is like when you're a small business, mom and pop shop, maybe 5, 10, 15 employees, you're not playing on the same level as like Nike and Pepsi and et cetera. Like it's a completely different ballgame. You know what I mean? They call it marketing, right?
Yeah,
they still call it marketing, but it's a completely different type of marketing, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I would say throughout that period when I went from planning student/campus events to being professionally in the marketing agency world, I also had a DJ team, which we were referring to, Planet Ottenrod. For those that don't know, Ottenrod is Toronto spelled backwards. At the time, we're one of the biggest college and university DJs like all over Ontario. Like there probably wasn't a club that Nick and I didn't DJ and MC at. Like it was crazy. Like I could tell you some crazy wild stories probably off camera, but it was like almost like a celebrity lifestyle. And we're like young, we're like 20, 21, 22.
Man, let's talk about, hopefully the CRA is on this, but let's talk about the cash money involved in DJ life, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can say very easily, and I could share very easily that like being able to have a side hustle while you're on campus, you're young and you're making cash, like personally it'll help me like pay off my student loans or like buy my first car, or like my brother was like really young at the time. Like I was giving him a little allowance, you know what I mean? Like, and he loved that. Right. So I always try to like, you know, you say this all the time, you eat what you kill. Right.
Yeah, man.
And I like to spread that love around, but yeah, I think the access to that cash when like there's a pool of people around you that you can kind of monetize on. Yeah. Like I guess I was just fortunate enough to see it early on.
Yeah. How do you feel those skills, right, have incorporated into your daily life, and what would you change about them knowing what you know after like 15 years of doing this shit day in, day out?
Man, that's a really good question. I think by far the biggest thing for me is resilience, bro. Because it sounds cool to have a marketing agency. It is a cool job. Every day is different. Yeah. And you and I know for a fact, we weren't cut out for like 9 to 5 work. No. We did it. We tried it. It wasn't fulfilling. We've definitely paid our dues. Yeah. And now we have this agency, as you mentioned, Prospect. But for me, the biggest thing was probably like resilience, because you have to be able to be that person that could motivate not only yourself, but your team, motivate the people around you, motivate your clients, right? And also deal with the shit.
On your darkest days.
On the darkest days, man. Right. Like when I was 21, and you don't even know this.
Really?
At 21, when I graduated and I had my first 2 companies, the promotions team and the DJ team, I was sued at 21 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is in the middle of final exams. Yeah. This is in the middle of throwing our biggest event ever at Government Nightclub. Yeah. And if you don't know government nightclub, you're probably pretty young.
Yeah.
But you know how massive government
huge.
complex was.
Yeah.
Right? I'm pretty sure it's like 15,000 or 20,000 people across all the venues.
Yeah.
I got sued by a third partner that we had at the company.
Yeah.
And this is during when you said like the darkest times, like we're in the shits.
Yeah.
Right? We're trying to write final exams. Yeah. All this stuff's happening, right? This guy, this piece of work, obviously wasn't pulling his weight. We had a conversation with him.
Yeah.
And we're like, nah, you don't deserve 33%. Well, you're still involved, but everything that you've done over the last number of years, there's not a chance in hell that you're getting 33%. It just doesn't work that way. It's evident the work that you're doing versus the work that us two other partners are doing. Mm-hmm. Anyways, he decides to sue us, went to small claims court. We won.
Yeah.
But I think moments like that really taught me to how to properly manage a business, how to manage relationships, how to choose your partners, how to have open conversations, and the resilience piece, man. Because you don't know when you're going to wake up and like all hell breaks loose. At work, at home, like we got little kids, man. Like no 2 days are the same.
No, every day is different, man. Every day is different. I definitely agree on that resilience piece too. I feel like you go through so much that now it's our normal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if something doesn't go wrong, it's like something's wrong. You know, like something needs to almost like happen. And it doesn't always have to be like negative, right? It could be like, you know, a big client signs and now we're like scrambling, you know, and we're like, fuck, like we got to figure out this and this and this. And like, there's so many like moving parts to our business that, you know, again, it's not a negative thing. It's a good thing that this client signed, but it's like, we just got to get our ducks in a row in a very short period of time.
It's go time.
It's go time.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that like for me as well, I would say the resilience piece. I mean, you know my COVID story too. Like I lost 92% of my business, all recurring retainers
within days,
12 days. Yeah. Right. 12 days when the pandemic hit. Right. And like that was crushing. Man. Yeah. Like that was like, those were my darkest days. Right. Glad to say we're out of that. Yeah. But like those were definitely the darkest days.
In those darkest days, like what kept you up? Like what made you keep wanting to go?
I got used to a lifestyle, man. Mm-hmm. You know, like I got used to a certain lifestyle. My wife and I were newly married at the time. And it was tough, you know, like it was like, you got to pay the bills, right? We had a new home as well. Mm-hmm. You got to pay the bills, pay the mortgage, pay the car note, you know, like, and then on the lifestyle piece, we still wanted to go out. We still wanted to travel. We still wanted to do what we were doing for the last however many years. We'll just live, right? Yeah. And so like at a certain point that had to change within 12 days. Like that had to change really, really quickly, right? Like I was unemployed. Well, not unemployed, but like I might as well have been, right?
The business is dry.
The business is dry. There's no one signing up for marketing retainers. And then there was my wife who was in between. It was just like the weirdest timing. She was in between jobs, right? On the Friday, she got the job acceptance letter. On the Monday, they revoked it because that's when the entire city went into lockdown.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So then she was out of a job for like 2 months. Yeah. Now, look, luckily we were blessed to be in a position where, you know, we were fine, right? Like financially, but like at the same time, it's like when you see money being drained out of your bank account day in, day out, it's like, fuck, like, what am I going to do? Right. Yeah. And that's the part where that's like that piece that, I mean, don't get me wrong. I curled up into a ball and cried about it for like 6 months too. But like, once you get past that stage, right, that resiliency and you're reminded of like, yo, this is who you are. This is what you're known for. Yeah. That's when you kind of get past and like you get through that and you break through. Right. Yeah. And that's, I have a friend named Bradley, just real quick. And when I was young, like I was like 17, 18, you know, new to DJing and all that. He used to come with me everywhere. I think you met Brad.
I think I met Brad.
I think you've met Brad. And Brad, like I would talk to him like we on our drives to downtown from Mississauga and whatnot. And like he said to me once, and I still remember this, and I'm just like, he's like, man, here you are talking about like, you know, you're struggling to pay your car note or you're worried about paying your car note. And then the next time I see you and you tell me you like figured it out, you know? And like that stuck with me like for my entire like career, because it's just like whatever the situation, whatever corner I'm backed into, I'll figure it out, you know? And I just like that really like drives me today. And that's what I thought of, no lie. Like that's what I thought of when that whole like pandemic thing was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The figure it out piece.
Yeah.
Literally those 3 words.
Yeah.
I feel like even outside of the marketing agency world, if you're an entrepreneur, if you have the skill of being able to figure it out, you're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah. Because people today, they want to be paid to do a job or a task or whatever. And they're some are complacent and some are, you know, what's the other word? Content, right? Some are complacent, some are content. And the ones that are content, you know, doing this task, the job, whatever, you know, working for another company, similar roles, career progression, all of that kind of stuff, they're content with that. That's cool, right? The ones that I have a problem with are the ones that are complacent and also complain, right? So the complaining complacent person, fuck you. That's what I have to say to you.
Yeah.
Because like you can't be complacent and complain.
Yeah, you got no one else to blame but yourself.
100%. Like that's what I have to say to you is just like do something about it. Figure it out. You know, like don't sit there, do nothing and complain and be complacent and then, you know, be miserable around all your friends, family, etc. Like that's just like, I hate that shit, man. I cut people off like that so quickly.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Ernesto said this when we had him on our pod and he said like, I'm hard on the people around us. Right. And he said that about his people. And like, so am I. Yeah. Like I expect the best, right?
For
like,
sure.
We expect the best, I should say, right? Yeah. Like of our team, of our families, of our like everything, right? Like if we're not feeling 100, we know we're not feeling 100 and we strive to achieve 100, you know? Yeah. And that's the thing that like I would say is probably relatable to like a lot of entrepreneurs, right? Today, which is like they strive for the best and they want nothing less.
That's excellence, bro.
That's excellence.
Especially us working in marketing.
Yeah.
We are making the dreams and visions of so many different people, brands, and organizations come to life. Mm-hmm. And we have to be in a position where we're running their business and representing their business like it's ours, right? And for our own reputation, for the quality of work, it just comes down to excellence, right? And you'll see me do this a lot, like on our internal projects or our external client projects. Like if there's like little punctuations, little grammatical things, or just tiny little discrepancies, like I'll point those out. Yeah, I won't hit publish until I feel like it's 100%. Yeah. But I also want to talk about the 100% piece because I feel like it's very hard for us creatives and business people in an agency to ever feel like something is at 100%.
Oh, it's never 100%. You know? Like, do you remember when this website was supposed to go live?
Early this year.
It's supposed to be, no joke, it was supposed to be December 28th of last year.
Wow.
You know, it was supposed to go live on the 28th. I remember you, me, Shiv being on a call and it was like the 14th. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck how it happens. It's happening. We're going live on the 28th. And then the 28th came and then I don't remember what happened, but like what I do remember is like, we were just not happy with the outcome, you know? Yeah. And I think that's like a slippery slope, you know? Cause like people will always say better late than never and like, you know, all this shit. But then there's also a saying in the tech space, which is the first to market wins, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we're not the first to market
Right.
our marketing agency in website form. But it's like, you got to release the fucking project in order for it to for you to adapt and to get better and make changes and whatever. It took us we started that project probably in early October of 2024. It took us an entire year to launch our website.
So many iterations.
Now, let me ask you something, because I'm curious. Are you happy with how the website turned out?
I would say I'm happy, but you know me, man. We're never going to be like, this is it.
Yeah.
It's never 100% for us, because that's just how our mind works.
Yeah, it's how our mind works, but it's also that things are always changing. New technologies are in that 1 year period. There's 40 new things that we could have or maybe should have done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we added new services. We've added new capabilities. We've got more and more projects and recaps and case studies to add.
Yeah,
we've added new ways of how we market ourselves. So we also had to tweak the website to make sure that it's generating leads in a certain way and it's funneling. So we've learned along the way, and I feel like where we are at right now with the new website that's launching, I believe next week.
It's probably launched by the time this podcast comes out.
Yeah, maybe even the same day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel definitely really good about where it's at. I feel confident about it.
Yeah.
But it's not like something we can just, close the briefcase or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it's a work in progress.
Always.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I feel the same. I think overall, I'm happy with the design and the messaging and the journey that it takes you through. Right? I'm happy with those three things, but I'm 98% happy and not 100% happy.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever be. Truth is that I don't think I'll ever be 100% happy, because that's when I feel like I'm getting complacent,
For sure. And you're always going to be your biggest critic at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of what it is for me, is just over the last year, I know I said October was the time that we started this project, et cetera. There's a saying that goes the shoemaker always has the ugliest shoes, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like it resonates so much with me today, because our website, it wasn't ugly, but our website, in the grand scheme of things, was ugly. And we finally took the time, the effort, to put in the work that we had to put in to get it to the stage that it's at today.
Yeah. We were messing around with Webflow for a bit.
Yeah.
We ended up coming back to WordPress.
Yeah. Webflow's, all these CMS systems, for those that don't know, CMS is a content management system.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them, right? You can go with Webflow, Duda, Framer. There's WordPress, there's Wix, there's Squarespace. There's so many. And I think Webflow has definitely been the shiny object in the room, and it looks cool and sexy and all these things. And when we started using it, it was those things in ways, and then it wasn't in others, right? And it's just you're still limited to what Webflow can do.
Yeah.
And WordPress, that's a legacy platform that's been around for ages. I think the stat is 57% of all blogs and websites are made off of WordPress. Don't quote me on that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, don't quote me on that, but I think that's it's pretty up there. They're definitely they definitely have a chokehold on the market, at least for now.
Yeah.
And so going to Webflow and understanding what it does well and not, it was just an easy decision for us to say we got to go back to WordPress, right? It just doesn't make sense.
And you know what's interesting from that experience also? Prospect is not tied to any particular platform. CMS or platform.
No.
And lately we've been getting clients that on the website, they've asked us what CMS platform should I use? Mm-hmm. Right? But that's such a big question, right?
Yeah, it is a big question. I remember this question very recently. Actually, I won't name the company due to NDAs, but the company asked us this exact same question, and then listed like 4 or 5 other CMS systems that like, these are the ones that we're looking at. And they're suggesting everything but WordPress.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for your business, all you need is WordPress. Again, are we looking at these other CMS platforms because it's like the shiny object syndrome, or is it because they actually do something really fucking well, right? That you absolutely cannot live without. Chances are that you don't need all of that. And we find this all the time in our space, right? Like there's so many tools coming out, AI platforms, SaaS platforms, et cetera. And it's like, we try them and we're like, yeah, we don't need this. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I would relate it back to like the web world is that it's not one size fits all. You know, it's definitely not.
That's something I really like about us and Prospect is like, we try so many new things that when a client asks us for our opinion, we tell them straight up that we're going to approach this very unbiased and there really is no agenda behind the solutions that we're going to suggest. But because we try and experiment with so many different tools and platforms, like we can really educate the client on making the best informed decision through working with us. Yeah,
100%. I think that first of all, that took a very long time for us to get there, right? To that trust built, like the trust has been built phase of our agency. Early on, it's like everyone thinks they're the expert, right? In their own space. So it takes time to get to a stage where you can like flat out say like, you can't be using this platform, or you shouldn't be doing X and you should be doing Y, whatever that is, right? It took us a long time to get there. If we're not testing, trying different things, then we're being complacent. That's what it is. All of our teams today, every one of them, right? We have prepped them and equipped them with certain tools, typically AI, to help them get from 0 to 30 or 0 to 80 or 0 to 70 or whatever it is, get them to that next phase where they can shorten the time span spent on getting to like that next. For example, in the web space, you go through wireframing, you go through design, then you go through development, then you go through QA, et cetera. If you can do the entire wireframe, right, which would probably be like a 0 to 30 kind of move, 30%, right?
Yeah.
If you could do that with like in 5 minutes, would you not?
Of course
you would.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So we use a tool today, I believe it's called Reloom, right? That allows you to literally one sentence of what you're trying to do, and it spits out a wireframe. It's fucking amazing, right? And what does that do for us? It helps us sort what we want to do for the client and structure what we want to do for the client and show them just a baseline like, look, this is how we're thinking of, structuring their website, mapping everything out. And they love it. We never used to, we were never big into wireframes because like, small biz, on the small biz end, like they generally, the budgets aren't necessarily always there to allow for it. But now like every one of our clients gets a wireframe, right? So it's amazing. Let's talk about budgets for a sec, right? Because I feel like, the budget conversation is huge. I feel like, we've turned away a lot of business over the last year.
For good reason.
But to be honest, like it wasn't always something that we did. Do you think it's been necessary, because we've grown a lot this year, do you think it was necessary to do those things to get us to where we are today?
1,000,000%.
Why?
Because I'm going to say it straight up. Like we're not an agency for anyone and everyone, right? And not everybody is a match for us, especially if you're coming with a lower budget. And no offense to the mom and pop type of businesses or startups or individual proprietors that have low budgets. Like you got to start somewhere. Totally get that.
Yeah.
But we're just not that shop in our stage of growth where we can support those types of budgets and deliver within those constraints.
Right.
What we're really going after right now is the mid-market and up.
Yeah.
Because they've proven their success.
Yeah.
They've either got retainers or enough inflow of revenue coming in and they're on a growth trajectory.
Yeah.
And what we want to do on the innovation side, which is experiment with the brand or the organization, offer new technologies, new innovative marketing strategies and campaigns that mid-market and up allows for us to do that with enough creative and business freedom, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I think just to echo what you're saying and add to it, a big piece of this right now is like challenger brands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like think like energy drinks, for example. Red Bull is like the fucking
pinnacle.
The pinnacle. That's who you want to be. You know, you think energy drink, you think Red Bull, right? Maybe some people will say C4 or whatever. I don't know. But like Monster,
sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like when you say energy drink to me, I'll speak for myself. I think Red Bull, right? Now there's a ton of these like brands coming out left, right, and center. They're introducing different things, nootropics. They're introducing protein,
cordyceps, and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows? Infused with something now.
Infused with something. How healthy is it or good is it for you? Who the fuck knows, right?
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, all these brands are coming out, right? And we have a choice to make, right? Do we work with the mom and pop shop down the road that does nails, right? And they're a volume business and they charge $30 to $50 per person? Or do we work with a brand, right? They're VC backed or private equity backed. They have a runway. They know exactly where they need to go and we know exactly how to get them there, right?
Yeah, like they've actually allocated a marketing line item.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's healthy.
And I think that's, and even I find, even when it's not super healthy, but like, let's just say it's like if there's a threshold. So like marketing spend, let's say it's like 80K where we expected 150, just as a baseline, right? I sometimes don't mind those challenges, right? Like even if they're spending 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year on marketing, I don't mind those challenges because within the first like 2-3 months, we can prove value and show results, show ROI enough that they'll want to increase it, right?
Right.
But like with mom and pop shops, going back to that, and small biz,
you're gonna squeeze you dry, brother.
Yeah, they and you got to be everything to them, right? You're not just their marketer; you're their fucking therapist, right? You gotta hear about all the ups and downs. Which, listen, I have been, and I'm still down for to some extent, right? But I can't do it every day, right? Like I can't let it. As leaders, you and I and Shiv, of course, we can't let it bring us down day to day, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the takeaway here.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm really excited about going back to our website, bro? Is just to showcase all the incredible work over the last year and beyond, right?
Yeah.
Like we've got incredible fitness and health brands like Align Pilates, Swami G. We've got C2 Capital.
Yeah.
And the VC fundraising side of things. Who else? Who else do you want to shout out?
I'm going to shout one out right now that hopefully their site's live by then, but Russell Westbrook.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's obviously a huge win. So
Russell
Westbrook Enterprises, new client of ours. Their site's going to be live. Like you said, hopefully by the time this pod goes live.
Yeah.
We've been working with Russ's team. Shout out to Donnell out in LA, who's president and CEO of Westbrook Enterprises. We've developed their website. You guys are gonna be able to check it out. We're super excited about just kind of helping them navigate their B2B awareness and exposure. I would say through the new website that we designed and developed. Super excited about it. Like it's like a culminating moment of so many conversations and so many different people involved. So
yeah. No, I agree. And it's led to so many other opportunities as well. Obviously that we can't talk about right now. But in due
we're excited. Some super cool, disruptive things on the way.
Yeah. And what I like about RWE is that they are forward thinkers, you know? They're always thinking about like, you know, how do we go from 1 to 10 and 10 to 100 and like exponentially gain traction? They're not looking for that slow growth. They're not about it, right? They're looking for heavy traction on multiple fronts, right?
Not and with just an impact. That's the big piece. It has to have that like community and impact piece. And Donnell says this himself. He calls it profit with a purpose, right?
There you go.
So every investment, every partnership, endorsement, anything that Russ does within his portfolio, sure, it's through the lens of business, but it has to have that layer of supporting the community, investing into under-resourced families, communities, etc. Shout out to his foundation as well. So that's been really inspiring. And I think it helps even just our work on a day-to-day. It just inspires us and keeps us focused on like the bigger picture, right?
100%.
Like we're so business-minded, but when we think about developing community, culture, and making an impact on the people around us, RWE has been and will continue to be like a route where we can have more of like a global impact. So we're super excited about some upcoming projects in the pipeline.
Yeah, I completely agree. And they're big projects, which we always like to work on. But yeah, I think Westbrook's project was probably one of my favorites. Choto Mate, the bump event that we did, that was huge success. You know, I actually had someone just yesterday ask me when the next one's going to be.
Bro, every single event or party or gathering, at least 2 to 3 people will always be like, yo, when's the next bump event?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm tired. Like,
I know.
But
we will do it.
Yeah, we will do one.
Yeah.
For sure.
When? I don't know.
Yeah. But we got some key people in the city that I think we'd probably want to collaborate with, get their communities and
for sure
and people out. So there will be another one for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I have an idea about that. Which pertains to a guest that we're going to be having on the podcast really, really soon. Mm-hmm. So I won't talk about it right now. But anyways, I think overall, you know, would you say, and kind of bringing it back to agency life, like, would you say that you're happy with how things have progressed over the last like 12 months, A to Z?
Yeah.
Be real. Like, you know, like, don't just say yeah for saying yeah. Like be real, use it as like constructive criticism or whatever. Because it like knife sharpens knife, man. Like at the end of the day, we got to do this in order for us to get better, you know?
100%. I think to answer your question, like I've been here for literally 12 months at Prospect as partner, as VP strategy.
Yeah.
The last 12 months have been soul fulfilling. I learn from you and Shiv every day. Mm-hmm. You challenge me, I challenge you guys, and we each bring something to the table. And I mentioned this earlier on the pod, is like our level of experimentation and being able to adapt and implement is like, I don't see any other agency moving that quick, right? Now, it depends on the project, but our ability to strategize, quickly react, and learn and make changes on the fly is really, really, really key. Yeah. Outside of that, man, like I think the relationship that we have and just the team, the culture, everything we have is like, I'm surrounded by good people. Yeah. And hardworking people. Yeah. So shout out to the Prospect team because they're holding it down. Yeah. And it gives us time to do stuff like this. Yeah. Literally sit in a fucking podcast studio and chop it up and bring our guests and bring our clients. Yeah. Speaking of clients, we have incredible clients that have become friends. Yeah. Clients that, you know, you're playing golf with, or people are inviting you out to personal gatherings and things like that. Like people just want to be around us. And I feel like that's such a fulfilling thing as we try to, you know, build up the Prospect brand and the culture even more. And we've just gotten a lot of love, man. Over the last year that I've been here, at least, like I feel like there's just so many supporters, people that just want us to win. Yeah. People that just want to be a part of what we're doing and contributing. So yeah. And then I think at a personal level, like you mentioned this before, I mentioned it before, like our lives are very, not similar, but like parallel in terms of where we are. Right. Little kids, you know, we got married within the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. How long have you been married?
Since 2019.
2019. Our lives are just very parallel. You just get it, man. Cause I've worked at agencies and I've worked at companies where people just don't fucking get it. And I'll say it straight up on this pod. Yeah. It's like, I finally found a partner and a leader and somebody and a team that I like working with that just fucking gets it. They treat me as a real human being. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Sure, I can work like a dog. Sure, I can do the all-nighters. And I've done it. I've paid my fucking dues.
100%.
Man.
Yeah.
But we know that life isn't just all about that, right? Sure, we got a business to run, and this business isn't 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's our business, and we can't shut off. We can't turn off. But I think working with a partner and colleagues like you and Shiv is that we keep it real with each other, right? We grind it out. We have those late nights and early mornings and trips and this and that. But we're able to just almost like not even fully, like we could like almost telepathically communicate. Like when I say, yo, I gotta go pick up Eden from daycare or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Whereas at like my past agency, I felt like I would have to give the longest explanation for something that I had to do. You know what I mean? Like I've worked through the shits. Like,
do you feel like that also just came with experience and progression in your career? Or do you feel like it's genuinely just a relationship that you have with us?
I think it's a
wrong answer.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of things. I think it's obviously the years of experience. And I'm still young, dude. Like I'm fucking 35.
Yeah.
Not to sound like I'm like some tenured marketing executive that's in his 50s. But no, but like the experiences that I've had, the life that I've lived, the people that I've met, the achievements that I have, I can confidently, maybe I sound cocky and I don't even care. Yeah. But all that coming together, I feel like I know what I want. I know what I deserve. Yeah. And everything happens for a reason. And that's why we've remained friends. Yeah. And when I left my last agency and was consulting and doing freelance for a little bit, the stars just aligned, dude. Yeah. And a light bulb went off for you. Yeah. And then we had that natural conversation for us to join forces. Yeah. So I feel like it's a combination of all that, right? It's our personal relationship, our friendship. Yeah. But then we both know how successful we want to be as partners at Prospect. Yeah. But also in our individual lives.
100%. Yeah.
How about for you? Like what was the last year like for you? And like totally transparent, dude.
The year for me was tough in certain ways, you know, like first of all, having a child under 2 years old, you know, watching them grow, seeing them progress in their lives, and like it's kind of it made me sad, you know, because like I'll speak for myself. I didn't get to spend as much time with her as I would have liked to. And mind you, I still spent time with her every day. Yeah. Right. Like I still got like usually, you know, 5:30, I'm off the screen. I'm spending time with my daughter up until about like 8 o'clock, right?
And then he's back on with me, ladies and gents.
That's right. And then I'm back on 8 o'clock till fucking 1, 2 in the morning, you know, doing whatever we got to do, right? And that's like our average day. Now it's slightly changing. You know, you and I had a chat. We're like, listen, we can't do this forever.
We're trying to get a little bit more sleep.
Yeah, a little bit more sleep. We need it, you know. And we also have the team to help support that now, right? Yeah. Like over the last year, we've added like 8 employees. Like it's helped our sleep situation. Let's just be real, right? But at the same time, right, throughout all that toughness, roughness, whatever you want to call it, I'm just incredibly proud. You know, like I'm proud to say that you and Shiv are my partners. I'm proud to say that we have the team that we have. I'm proud to say that our clients are who they are, right? Like, man, to say that we have Westbrook, to say that we have a brand like Align Pilates, you know, like that's huge.
Yeah. Volkswagen,
like that's huge, right? People strive for that kind of stuff, right? So I think overall, I don't really have anything negative to say, genuinely, right? Like I'm not just saying it. And our relationship and like our relationship with Shiv individually and all 3 of us together, like I feel like it's unmatched, you know, like there's no other trio that I would want this to be with, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it all works and it works in its own way. And when it doesn't work, we like whip each other into shape, you know what I mean? And it's like, we call each other out on our bullshit, right? Because we're human. And we do have that. And we do get lazy. And we do all those things that other people do that are not sought after in a business environment. But then it's important that you have someone to hold you accountable, get you back on track, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that we do that for one another. And I know we keep talking about Shiv, and he hasn't been on this podcast yet, but
we got to bring him on.
We got to bring him
Yeah,
on.
I think the next host special, bring Shiv.
Yeah, another 6 episodes, right?
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. But anyways, yeah, I think we definitely need to have him on.
100%.
Over the last year, we have some like reoccurring patterns in our business as to like clients that we've worked with, clients that we continue to work with, and then clients that we have either fired or it just slowly drops off and or we have been fired, right? For whatever reason. Yes, marketing agencies get fucking fired, by the way.
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
Right? Like all the time. Anyways, my question for you is like, what are the industries that you genuinely love working with? And what have been the ones that you were like, I never want to do this again, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give you an answer that's just like even broader than prospect. I loved in the past working with a lot of automotive clients,
right?
Like luxury automotive. When I was out in Dubai, I had an opportunity to work with Porsche, with Lamborghini, with JLR, which is Jaguar Land Rover.
Yeah.
Doing experiential launches and events. So I love that. I love cars in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because I'm a dude. I just like cars.
What would be your like dream client? Like if you could, if we could get the people listening right now to like tag this company and be like, yo, this is a company I really want to work with because you have a vision or you have an idea or you have like something for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would it be right now?
In automotive or just?
In automotive.
Oh, in automotive. I would say it would probably be Mercedes.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like the campaigns Mercedes does, they've crushed it and their partnerships have always crushed, but I feel like they could do some more experiential and innovative things. And we've got some ideas that we could put in front of them. I just feel like they're kind of holding on to this classy look and
the
feel.
Legacy, yeah.
You know, that legacy marketing approach, which is great and it works.
Yeah.
But I feel like they need a little bit of sauce and just freshen the brand a bit. But maybe that's their whole thing, right? Maybe they're just holding on so tightly to that legacy marketing approach. But I think we could help them out a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, Mercedes would be a good brand to work with, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I think any of the large, big 4 or 5 luxury automotive manufacturers would be amazing to work with. But I think for me, like brand wise, I would love to do a campaign with Porsche.
Right.
Yeah. Like I just, same thing, like their legacy, their purpose, the history behind them. I'm a huge Porsche fan. Like I said Porsche, and now I'm saying Porsche. I don't know. Guys, correct me, please. I don't fucking know.
Porsche.
Is it Porsche? Porsche, right? But my point is that like that's what I would love to do. Yeah. It's just one campaign. That's all I want. One campaign with Porsche and Prospect. That's it.
That would be dope.
That would be dope, man. Yeah. And like I've actually like dreamt about it, like not in a weird way, but like just been like, fuck, like I think we could do this. Yeah. And if they ever said yes, it would be like a hit. And it would be a hit. Right?
Yeah.
But that would be my dream client right now.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
And as much as I said Mercedes, like, yeah, that would be the dream client, but Honda and Kia have been crushing. Like through their marketing, through their innovation, through their tech, they have been absolutely crushing. And I feel like they would probably be one of the most open and forward-thinking automotive brands to want to be able to, for us to be able to work with.
Yeah. So if you're listening, shout out Mercedes, Porsche, Honda, and Kia.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Hit us, honestly.
And Genesis while you're at it.
Oh, yeah. Genesis is, under obviously
the
Honda,
brand.
Kia, they've been crushing too.
Yeah. And Genesis, man, like I'm not, look, I'll be honest. Like I am more of like a German, automotive guy. Always have been. I no longer own a German vehicle, but that's okay. That's another story for another day. But I think like the history that just comes with German, automotive companies is like something that I genuinely just fell in love with, like from a little kid, from when I was like a little kid. But going back to Genesis, like what they are doing in the space that they have essentially created for themselves, right, is incredible, right? Like their vehicles, first of all, let's just talk, best in class safety, right, which is like what a lot of people strive for, right, and want in their vehicles. The performance metrics are insane, right, for a lot of these vehicles. The luxurious metrics are insane.
Oh, yeah.
The materials that they use and all this kind of shit.
Even their self-drive. So if you actually look at a lot of the reviews for their self-driving capabilities outside of Tesla, because obviously there's Chevrolet and whoever else, but the self-driving capabilities within Genesis are apparently one of the best out of out of like Ford, out of anybody else.
Yeah.
That's, again, outside of Tesla.
Yeah. And I remember like maybe like 10 years ago, people were shitting on Hyundai.
Yeah.
And Kia, right? Like always. And like today they've turned it around. They've built a brand that now like people want. You know what I mean?
Bro, I want the fucking Kia EV9. That thing's a tank.
Yeah. I've seen that.
It's a beast.
Yeah, it is a beast. But I think like what still kind of like pushes me towards that German space again is like the feeling you get when you're driving it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that feeling is still unmatched when it comes to, Japanese or Korean or whatever, American even vehicles. Like I own a Tesla today and the feeling that I got from my Mercedes, like just a few years back, that feeling is still unmatched.
Because that's good marketing.
What's good marketing?
On the German auto manufacturer.
100%.
Yeah.
When you close the door of a Mercedes.
Oh, you hear it.
Yeah. You feel it. You know what I mean? You fucking feel it.
Yeah.
Like you hear the thump and then you feel it. And it's like when you close the door of a Japanese vehicle, it sounds like a tin can. You know what I mean? And that's marketing, right? And that's just what it is, right? And like I feel like that cannot be replaced today.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the storytelling piece. I'm sure it comes on to, I mean, now I would say there is like a baseline for quality, but that's not what we're talking about here. It's like that feeling, that aura, the value that you create in your mind from good marketing from these brands.
For sure. And like, I think let's just be transparent here. And like, we're probably using some stereotypes of the types of vehicles we've tested and tried and been in and whatever. Right. But like stereotypically, those are the things that I would say about like those other manufacturers. Right.
Yeah.
But there's a market for them too. Right. And to that, I say, you're not for everyone or you are not the market. Right. And just because I don't like Japanese vehicles, I'm not the market. That's okay. It is what it is.
Something for everyone. You were asking about other clients or industries that we're excited about. So we've been chatting a lot about the pet industry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's something, I don't want to say it's overlooked, but people don't think about it right away. But the pet industry has been growing exponentially. And we've been doing some work. I can't say which partners or other third parties involved, but we've been doing some internal work, developing new capabilities and services and technologies to kind of disrupt that space on the B2B side of things, the B2C side of things as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like super hyped up for 2026 to just really crack the pet care, pet health, pet accessories, pet food, like that entire industry. Because it's obviously not going anywhere. And we're adding more dogs and cats and lizards or whatever your cup of tea is to our lives and bring them into our homes. So that's something we're going to be,
actively
dabbling in, let's just say, for lack of a better term for now.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too, man. As a pet owner myself, more of a family dog now, but like,
Yeah.
you know, after I got married, I left her with it was more for my grandparents, you know, like it's just comforting to have a dog around.
Companion.
A companion. But anyways, long story short, you know, as a pet owner, I can definitely, like, everything that we're doing resonates so much because I have a pet, right? I feel like people that don't own a pet won't get it. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like what? Like why? You know?
What's your dog's name?
Nina.
Nina, got it.
Yeah.
Retriever, right?
Yeah, she's a collie shepherd.
Okay.
Collie shepherd retriever, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, 3-way. I don't know how that worked, but it worked.
A dog 3-way.
Three. But anyways, my point is, like, sweetest dog, super smart.
Yeah.
You know, my parents were not dog people at all. I just brought this dog home one day. 2 weeks later, everyone fell in love. You know what I mean? That's literally what happened. And they actually said they didn't want a dog in the house because naturally it's a lot of work and the shedding and like the food and whatever. But today, it's like
He's a member of the family.
it's a member of the family.
Yeah.
You know, like something happens to Nina, it's like, who did what? Like, you know, like that, it's like that, you know, and like, unless you're a pet owner, you don't get it. Right? Like you have a cat.
Yeah, I've got a cat.
Yeah.
His name is Arrow.
Yeah.
He's a Bengal.
Sick cat, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll put a photo up on the pod of Nina and Arrow.
Yeah.
Arrow's just like a dog, dude. Because he's a Bengal. He's like super intelligent. He's like, he's trained in a bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
You could even put a leash on him, take him for a walk.
I know when you showed me that for the first time, I was like, I didn't even know this was possible.
He plays fetch. Like he's such a smart cat.
Yeah.
And just to even see him like bond with my son, like it's just crazy. But as pet parents, we know like how much time, investment, and just the relationship that we have with our pets, right?
Yeah.
And we know how important that is and how it really changes lives. And obviously on the business side, how much money there is in that industry. So that's something we're going to be going and investing a lot of resources into.
I have like an interesting question. Do you think that being a pet owner made you a better father?
I think so. Obviously looking after a being that is dependent on me, like there's that factor.
Yeah.
I think just showing affection, being tidy, neat, friggin' vacuuming every day, like there's like little things like that. But I think just to like value the life of something else other than mine.
Yeah.
And obviously my wife, like I care about the lives around me.
Shout out your wife.
Yeah, shout out the wife. But looking after something that's like dependent on me and just like runs to the door every time I come home, or you know, if I'm working away, like there's like companion, right? That's like he's like Arrow's like my little firstborn. You know what I mean? He's just there, like you know what I mean? Like that's my dog. You know what I mean? Even though he's a cat, but that's my dog.
Yeah. And I feel the same way, man. Like I feel like, oh man, memories. But like when I used to go home, like especially early on, like Nina would just like jump all over you, man. Like she was so happy anytime that you would get, you know, step foot into the house, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then it happened with every person in the family, because then they build that bond and that connection and so on. But anyways, being a pet owner is dope. Highly recommend. Start small, maybe like a fish or something, and then go from there.
Oh yeah, I've been there, man.
Yeah, same.
They all died.
Same. But it's a learning experience, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we should wrap this up. So we have a segment for ourselves today.
Tagline me.
Tagline you.
So we're gonna go through a series of questions, rather prompts.
Yeah.
We're each gonna ask each other a set of these and kind of just see how it goes.
Yonge and Dundas Square.
You mean Sankofa?
I don't even know what the fuck it's called now. But Yonge and Dundas Square, Times Square, or tourist trap?
I think it's a tourist trap. Sorry, I know you wanted one word, but tourist trap.
I think so too. Yeah. Why do you say that though?
Like, come on, Yonge and Dundas?
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, it smells so bad. 2, it's like pretty unsafe, dude. Like, I'm born and raised in Toronto. Like, I've growing up in a rough neighborhood. But when I go there, man, like I'm looking over my shoulder. Like
Yeah.
there's so many just weirdos and like, yeah, I do not want to be around Yonge and Dundas.
So do you feel like Yonge and Dundas Square is the same as like Times Square then? Like what about it is different?
I feel like, and maybe just because I don't live in New York, but I feel like New York still has this aura, like Times
Appeal.
Square, and appeal. And like, sure, Times Square, there's different alleys and areas within the space that could be a bit sketch and whatnot.
Yeah.
More or less the same, but Times Square, I just feel like is at a whole different level.
Right.
It's not like it's part of my own city that I could be a little bit more critical on. Like I'm kind of shouting out Times Square as like more of like that tourist aura, but I would say it's more different. I would just come and go, you know what I mean? But I went to school around Yonge and Dundas, and I know how grimy it could be.
Yeah.
But obviously, if I spent more time in New York, I could probably say very similar things about Times Square.
For sure. Okay, next question. CN Tower light shows. Iconic or tacky?
Mostly iconic.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to ask why, but we're also on a timeline right now. So let's keep it moving. Streetwear collabs, Kensington or Yorkdale?
For streetwear collabs?
Yeah.
Oh, probably Kensington.
Yeah, I would agree. But if you disagree, listeners, let us know.
Yeah.
Liberty Village. And this is interesting because we actually thought about getting a space there recently.
Yeah.
Liberty Village, creative hub or has been?
Definitely has been.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Liberty Village at a point was like the spot. And I feel like for a lot of people, it still is the spot to move to if you're like, I don't know. I feel like for me, the stereotype for Liberty Village is like, you're not actually from Toronto. You're from fucking Hamilton or Kitchener or London, Ontario, and you got your first job in the big city at 22, and you're probably gonna end up living in fucking Liberty Village, going to local, and you know that whole lifestyle. The people that are listening.
Yeah.
For me, it's like it's been done. I would never live there if I'm past 23, 24 years of age. Plain and simple. You can hate me for it. I don't care.
True. All right, cool.
All right. So I'm asking some questions as well, Anish. So influencers, kingmakers or clowns?
Okay, listen, I'm gonna give the 90-10 rule. Okay. 90% clowns, 10% like they're good.
All right.
You know what I mean?
This one's gonna be ironic because I'm gonna ask about podcasts. Oversaturated or untapped?
Untapped.
Sponsorships. Is it a cultural play or lazy marketing?
I think it's a cultural play overall. I think with sponsorships, people are really trying to tap in and build community today. And so, yeah, I would say cultural.
This one's personal for you because you're on the digital side of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Email, goldmine or graveyard?
Goldmine.
SEO, evergreen or exhausting?
Both. It depends who you're working with, but I mean, yeah, both. SEO isn't going anywhere, even in the AI space with answer engine optimization, AEO, and so on. SEO is still going to be a critical part of most businesses moving forward. It's just going to change, so you got to adapt.
Right. Affiliate marketing, legit or bottom feeder?
That's a tough one because I know some like legit ones.
Yeah.
But again, it's a 90-10 rule, man. It's like 90% of these people, and that 90-10 rule goes two ways. 90% of the people are bottom feeders, 10% of the people are legit. And 10% of the people will make 90% of the money involved in that affiliate space, right? And I know some great affiliate marketers, right? I really do. But then there's also the shit that comes with it. And that's 100%. Like any industry though, let's be real.
100%.
Right?
All right.
All right, that's it.
That's it. I think we had a really good host special.
Yep.
Shout out to you, Anish, for coming in today.
Shout out to Aziz.
Yeah. By the way, we're always looking for new guests to sit with us and just kind of
Yes.
chop it up on our podcast. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you're a creative, no matter what industry, hit us up. You can slide in our DMs at the Marketing Department Pod on Instagram. Give us a shout. We'll chop it up and yeah, we'll record some dope content together.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
Okay.